Well, hello. Today is Thursday, October 7th, and we do have a birthday today. Only one that somebody told me about. Judy K. Slowy Sly. Judy K. Well, Judy K., one of my friends growing up in school, her name was Mary K. But anyway, Judy K., it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Judy K. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you have a great birthday. I've actually been doing pretty good today. I weighed myself this morning, and I did have a 2.2 loss. I was so happy. Last week, I gained 2.6, and so I had to move 3 of my little cranberries from my almost to 100 pounds lost jar to my actual 74 pounds. Well, it's 74 pounds now that I've lost total, so I moved it into the other jar, so it kind of brought it back down. So I was able to transfer them back. I like the visual. I have it in the kitchen sitting right here on the counter. So if I want to get a snack or something, I look at that jar and I'm thinking, I want that one jar to go down small. So it makes me more aware to make a smarter choice. So that's my plan, to continue doing that. And then David's not going for a government job. I guess I didn't make that very clear. Jimmy's company that he works for, Jimmy doesn't own the company, but where he works for is, they're going to be building a government facility. So in order to build the government facility, they have to pass a background check, and they have to, get fingerprinted and all that stuff. So David and I have been working on that, and I would have thought that David would have been a little bit more tech savvy since he's so much younger, but he never goes on the computer or anything like that. He's not a computer person. So I've been trying to hit and miss, trying to figure it out. We were able to figure out how to answer all the questions, and I went over to Denise's, and supposedly you're supposed to be able to scan and send from your iPhone, from your notes. And so we worked on that, and every time I try to send it, it keeps telling me that the attachment is too big. So I've tried mail drop, I tried attached things. So now I'm just going to watch some YouTube videos to figure out what's going on, because I'm having a little bit of a difficulty with that. David's working overtime today, so I don't know if he's going to be coming by tonight to figure it out. But we did send an email to the place because we couldn't figure out where he's supposed to go for the fingerprints, and they did send something back and gave us a website to go on to make an appointment. So we got that covered, and we got the forms, most of the forms I think filled out. And now it's just a matter of trying to figure out how to send it, which I am determined, because you know what? If you're determined to do something, no matter what it is, you can overcome just about anything if you really, really try. And I refuse to let my age stop me from figuring this out. I have people I can call that will help me. My cousin Lynn has an Apple computer, which is what I have, a Mac. And so she always helps me. And if I want to get some help from her, I'm going to have to call her pretty quick, because she's going away, because happy Thanksgiving, Canadians, because this weekend's their Thanksgiving. So she's going up to her cabin to celebrate Thanksgiving. And so she wasn't sure if she was going to leave tonight or tomorrow. So I have to give her a ringy-dingy to see what she's planning on doing. And then Jim trimmed the tree that was down by the sidewalk. And I made fun of him, told him he hacked it, but he did a really good job trimming the tree. But then I asked him why he didn't trim the tree where my birds are, because that really kind of needs to be trimmed a little bit. And so he said, it's fine. Well, I don't think it's fine. So when I got back from Denise's house, I trimmed what I could reach. I didn't want to climb up on a ladder or anything like that. So I would just grab a branch, and I'm thinking if the branch is so low that I can grab it and cut it, then it needs to be trimmed. So I did a little bit of a trimming of the tree. And then I came in, and what else did I do? I can't think of anything else I did. I meant to tell you yesterday on my video that I was talking to my my ex-daughter-in-law. I don't call her my ex-daughter-in-law. I call her my daughter-in-law. She's always going to be my daughter-in-law. Jimmy's first wife. She came over to print some stuff off of my computer because she doesn't have a printer. And we were just talking, and she said, I was shopping. She said she was supposed to come the night before, the day I was feeling kind of dizzy, so it kind of worked out that she wasn't coming anyhow. She says, I was at Kroger's, and all of a sudden I got so dizzy. And she says, I had to come home. She said, because I couldn't believe how dizzy I was. And I go, well, what time did you go there? And she says, just a little bit after you had dropped Alyssa off, because I dropped Alyssa off after I went and got her COVID shot. And so she said, yeah, I was really dizzy. And I think it was like 2 or 3 o'clock. I forget what time she said. But it was right around the time I was like in Kroger's too. It's a big store, so you would never know that both of us were in the store at the same time. And I go, yeah. I said, I kind of thought mine was because I had my mask on and I was just walking really fast, faster than I normally do when I'm shopping. And so I just thought I breathed in too much carbon dioxide and kind of overcome myself. And she says, no, I didn't. She says, I didn't wear a mask. And she says, I just all of a sudden, and I go, whereabouts were you when you started feeling dizzy? And she says, oh, over in the dairy department. That's exactly where I was when I was feeling kind of dizzy. So I'm kind of curious if maybe there was some kind of a small leak of some kind that kind of affected people. I don't know. I never saw anything on our Facebook or anything like that, but it just seemed kind of odd that we both had the same reactions in the same time period in the same area of the store. So, and it's right by the loading dock. So it could have very well been like a truck had been backed up and they were unloading and left the truck running and the fumes from the truck could have been coming in. It's all kinds of different possibilities because like I said, I felt fine after that. I haven't had any issues of any kind. So I really don't know what the deal is with that. So anyway, okay, I'm distracted because I'm watching my little doves. They're eating off of the feeder. I have to fill that feeder every day. Those little doves are like little pigs. I'm sure there's more than just doves eating off of that feeder, but the feeder I have in the front of the house, I get a lot of birds, but I can go 2 or 3 days before I have to fill that. But this one over here, I have to fill every day, which I like to hear them cooing. I know, I'm weird, but yeah, but I wouldn't want a bird in the house. I don't like a bird in a cage. It's just, I don't know. Denise had a bird in her cage. She had a bird in the cage. I think it was a canary. I think it was a canary, not a parakeet, but I think it was a canary. And I told you we had cats. I talked about the cats yesterday. And somehow somebody was looking at her bird, and when they closed the cage, they didn't close it all the way, and the cat got the bird. And she felt so bad because she thought she was the one that left the cage open, and I don't think it was her. I think it was Jimmy. I really do, but because Jimmy loved that bird. And you could take the bird out and it would sit on your finger and I think it was a canary because it would sing. It would whistle and sing and that. And I think when he put her back, because he even remembers the bamboo cage because it was a really big bamboo cage. We'll never know. But I know it wasn't Denise. I know that. So the bird was gone. But I never liked that the bird was trapped in the cage. And I wouldn't want a bird. There was one channel I used to watch that had all kinds of birds. And they let their birds fly all around the house. I won't want that either because then they're going to just do their business wherever they're flying, and it's going to be a lot of messes to clean up. I don't know. But anyway, I was really happy with my loss. I was only hoping really for a pound or less because I never in a million years thought that I would lose everything that I gained. That's just not how my body works. If I gain like 4 or 5 pounds, it's going to, in a 1 week, it's going to take me like a month to lose that. So losing the 2.2, I was really happy. I wish I could have, always greedy, always wanting more. I wish I would have had the other 0.4 I could have lost. And then I could have felt really good about not that I didn't feel good. I felt really good about my loss. I really felt really good about my loss. But I would have felt just a teeny little bit better. So, but for the following week, I'm going to choose my food properly. I'm not going to go crazy. When you see my breakfast, it's going to be really high in points. I eat very lightly the day before my weigh-in, and I eat very lightly the day after my weigh-in because it's Friday, and if you follow my channel, I don't eat a lot on Fridays. So on Thursdays, I kind of bulk up, I guess. But I use my weeklies, and I still try to stay within my points and not go too crazy like I have in the past. So I think I'm doing pretty good on that scope of things. But I'm choosing now to just be better. I mean, because I've made such poor choices this past year, and I've kind of fallen out of my better habits. And so I want to get back to getting better habits and more positive thinking. And not positive thinking in the sense, well, you know what? I know I'm going to gain this week, so I'm positive I might as well eat what I want. No, positive and, I think if I eat a little healthier, I think I can lose a little bit more weight and I can get back on track. I always set goals. I know that I am not a goal, like I shouldn't set too high of a goal, but I told you in my other videos that if I don't set somewhat of a goal, then I don't feel like any kind of a sense of accomplishment. Now, one of my goals that I had made was that I was going to get to my 100 pounds lost or even Wonderland by the end of the year. I don't see that happening, but that doesn't mean that I can't shoot for the moon and shoot and hope for it. But I'm going to get pretty darn close, and I won't get close if I have the attitude, well, you know what? You're not going to do it, so why even try? Who knows? Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. Maybe I'll prove myself wrong. But I think I can. I really think I can, like the little train, a little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. And the goals that I'm setting aren't for today. They're for like in the future. So some of the small goals that I make for myself each day is let's get through the day and have a successful day. And at the end of the day, if I followed all my plan and I stayed in, I think, well, I've reached that goal. That was really, I feel pretty successful with that. But I need to set longer term goals. So like my longer term goal next week is to get into the 20s. Now, I've only got to lose, 0.3 to do that. So I will be so disappointed in myself if I can't lose at least 0.3 pounds. That's not the goal I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for at least a pound, but I'm shooting for at least a 0.3 because I want to get into the 20s because then that'll lead into the teens and that'll lead back into the aughts, like the 9, 8, and then it'll lead me to Wonderland. So that's what I want. And if I don't change anything, how can I expect to have different results? You get the results that you work for. And if you're not trying your hardest, you're going to get the results that you worked for. Like if you eat Doritos and Fritos and potato chips and cookies and donuts and cake all week, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you don't have a loss. But, in the same sense, don't be surprised if, you eat all the proper foods, you stay within your points, you do everything perfectly, you're 100% on plan, and you get on the scale and you didn't lose any weight. Don't be defeated with that, because sometimes your body just needs to catch up. It really does. So maybe I was supposed to have a bigger gain last week, and somehow my body didn't give me the whole thing, and that's why I had such a great loss this week. I'll never know, but I know that I don't want to have a gain, and so I'm going to try to set some more realistic goals and get back on track. So anyway, that's going to do it for this portion of the video. So I'll show you my breakfast, which I've already eaten because I told you I've been busy all day. I don't know if you can tell by the clock. It's a little after. It's almost 20 to 5. For dinner, I'm going to have a corn on the cob and some sloppy joes on a whole wheat hot dog bun. Because that's what I had in the freezer, was hot dog buns. So a bun is a bun. Although when I was growing up, I hated when we had hamburgers and we didn't have buns and we had to put it on bread. I realize it's the same thing, but no, it's not. And then my mother would put it on the ends of the crust. We call it the crust. Some people call it the butt. Some call it the heel. Some call it the end. What do you call it? But we called it the crust. Which really, if you think about it, the whole bread has crust. But it's like the ends. And she would put our burgers or something on the crust. She'd save all the crusts up. And that's just close, similar, not the same. That's just not the same as a regular bun. But a hot dog bun is pretty close to a hamburger bun. So that's my plan for my dinner. And then some iced tea with it. And then probably a pudding for dessert. And then stay on track. I do have some watermelon in there. When I had to go to Myers yesterday, I did pick up a watermelon. And I had some this morning. Yeah, I forgot to track that. But I had some watermelon, which is 0 points. I had a little bowl of watermelon, and it was the best watermelon I've had this season. I told you I was hit and miss all year all summer I had one good watermelon. That was at the beginning of the season, and then the rest of the season, not so much. But that was pretty good, this one. We went to a party, like a barbecue or something, or a graduation or something, and somebody had watermelon, and I put like a big bowl of it, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is the best watermelon I've ever had. It was so good. And so then I went and asked the host, I said, where did you get that watermelon? It was delicious. And they says, oh, I got it at Nino Salvaggio's. And I says, I have not had a good watermelon all year. I said, But yeah, obviously this worked out pretty good. I usually had to put a little bit of salt on my watermelon to kind of bring it a little bit of flavor. And she says, oh, I just used like a half a cup of sugar and mixed it all together in the chunks. Well, no wonder it tasted so good. And no wonder it was no longer 0 points because there was so much sugar in it. Although it did taste good. But I don't want to be doing that, so. Okay, let's see what I had for breakfast. And then I saw a little cartoon I'm going to probably put after you show you my breakfast about my clocks. I thought it was cute. It's just a little meme I saw. And then I'll show you my dinner. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, we're going to have a fruit and vegetable platter for brunch. Today is Thursday, October 7th. It's a new week, so I get 42 weeklies, my 23 dailies. My quote is, they always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. It's an 11-point breakfast. 0 for my egg, veggies, berries, banana, and tea. 3 points for my 2 tablespoons of dip. 3 points for my 3 Nana breads. 1 point for my 2 ounces of turkey and ham. And 4 points for an ounce of cheese. It's an 11-point breakfast. Okay, for dinner we're going to have 2 sloppy joes and corn on the cob and some iced tea. It's 5 points for my 3/4 cups of sloppy joes, 7 points for my 2 buns, and 0 for the tea and corn, 12 points. I hit my mark right on the nose, 23 points. Okay, another successful day on plan. I don't have too many things planned for tomorrow, I don't think, but I'll have to check and see. But if not, you will know because I will let you know. But if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. Talk to you guys tomorrow.